Good afternoon and a warm welcome. You're watching CNN News 18 with me, Griha. We are starting the broadcast with some breaking news that is coming in from poll-bound Karnataka. Now, after the government in the state had scrapped the 4% Muslim quota, now Muslim organization Jamiat has decided to move court against it. Remember, the Karnataka government announced the scrapping of the 4% OBC Muslim quota that has now been divided into the Vocaligas and Lingayats. 2% each has been given to both the communities. Muslims are now being categorized under the economically weaker sections. Now, this decision has pushed the reservation percentage, however, in Karnataka, which was already about 50%, up to 56 to 57%, which is more than the imposed cap of the Supreme Court. The matter of that request to bring the reservation cap to 50% has already been put forth in the Karnataka High Court. However, that's still pending. Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has spoken against it already, considering this is a poll-bound state of Karnataka, and this decision has been made by the Basavaraj Bommai government right ahead of the polls. Let's take a look at what Mr. D.K. Shivakumar had to say.
Reservation in Karnataka is a mockery. It is an unconstitution. It is an unconstitution. They think that reservation can be distributed like their property. It is not their property. It is a right. The minorities of this soil are living and they have their own rights. I am confident the Congress party will come to power after the next 45 days. We will scrap all this reservation. Within 90 days, they can't change 3 times. There is no base. There is no any report. No proper inquiry has been done.
Let me bring in my colleague Ritu on the broadcast now. Ritu, first of all, there is ample furor. Now we hear that the Jamiat has also approached court against the scrapping of the 4% Muslim reservation in the state. But how much of this new form of reservation in the state of Karnataka legally viable? Considering there's already a cap that's been imposed by the Supreme Court, that of 50%. They are far going ahead and increasing that cap to 56% now.
Very true. You see, there's a lot of complication right now that we're getting to see in this whole of a reservation row in the state. On one hand, you see, the state government has in fact decided to give an internal reservation as they had discussed it earlier in the cabinet, and then later point and now having in fact completely abolishing the 2 categories of the reservation and coming out with 2 new categories called as 2C and 2D to give reservation to Panchamasari Lingayat and also to the Vocaliga, 2 major communities in the Karnataka, where there's a huge vote bank for both Congress as well as for the BJP, especially for the BJP, because Panchamasali is almost 82% in the state, so they did not wanted them to be upset ahead of the election, because this will of course affect them with all that sort of kind of the issues that were surrounded around the state government. They finally decided to scrap the 2B, in fact, which was being provided to the Muslims, and they are planning to move them to the EWS, where they are saying that 10% of reservation will be provided. So the complication here comes up because one, they are the Congress is saying that the internal reservation report was not being reviewed properly. Also, what exactly the Nagmohan Das committee also speaks is completely different. So there has not been a proper review of this both the commission report, in fact, and with all that. In an unconstitutional manner, as Congress says. The state government has come up with this whole of a reservation there. But this, in fact, they're also very confident, where the Congress goes on to say that once they come back to the power in the state, they will be scrapping this whole of a reservation that the state government has planned, and they'll ensure that ones who deserve will be getting this reservation. But on the other hand, as you mentioned, again, the Jamiat, in fact, through their Twitter handle, we are getting to see that as well, that they too planning to move to the court regarding this whole reservation. But we'll have to see, because this, of course, will be affecting the party in the poll-bound state now. But yes, how does the Bommai now their plans to pacify them will also be something that that we'll have to wait and watch for.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Ritu. We'll keep an eye on this story that is only going to snowball from